Namibia and the world, and welcome here to the Government Information Center. My name is Desire, and along with my crew, we bring this information sharing session to you, and with regards to a customer satisfaction survey. This is an information sharing session with the city of Windhoek, and we have the head of customer contact center and quality assurance from the city of Windhoek. That is Ms. Linda Shininge. Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, Desiree. Thank you. How are you?
We are well, and I think what we have on the table, which is a project that you have already rolled out already, I think it's something that the public would be interested in, and that is the customer satisfaction survey. But we're curious to know what prompted this. Why are you carrying out this project?
Thank you for the opportunity. So a few years ago, the city of Windhoek, because the whole customer service is a whole new department within the city of Windhoek. So what happened in the past was all the services within the city were actually fragmented. And 5 years ago, the city of Windhoek went to centralize most of the services. And we really want to carry down all the services through all the departments and want to be customer-centric. So within the process, we've also then, we came up with new services, but now we want to see whether we have implemented the services correctly. We want to rate and see, are we doing the right thing? Did we actually do the right thing? Was our thinking correct in terms of bringing in a call center, trying to centralize services within the departments, and really just rate the conversations that we're having with our customers, and looking at, more the conversations that we have with our customers and the service delivery as a whole.
Okay. Yeah. I'd like to go back to the mere fact that you said that you wanted to make your services customer centric.
Yes.
You had a lot of fragmentation.
Yes.
Now, adding on to that, my question basically looks at the client.
Right.
Surely, along with these that you mentioned now, what other complaints or issues were there that enhanced the establishment of the customer service center?
Sure. We have a lot of complaints, especially in our cash halls, especially when we send out the statements. We have a lot of crowds coming in to request for statements. So now we want to determine, where did we actually go wrong? Why are people coming in to request for a statement that we actually email out or send through postbox? And I think amongst the others were also the long queues that we are faced at our pay points, especially in our cash halls. What is it that we can introduce? I mean, we have introduced so many other avenues. What is it that we can introduce to them or to the customers that can improve this specific service delivery? And we want to really, really hear from the customers to say, listen, guys, you are failing us here. Yes, we know in so many areas we are struggling, but we really want to improve. Looking at where we would want to go into the future. We want to be a caring and a sustainable city. But how do we do that if we do not engage with our customers?
Exactly. Very good point there. Coming back to the project in itself, give us the lowdown. When did you start rolling it out? In what form are you rolling it out, and what is it not?
All right, we started on the 6th of May until the 24th. So the survey will be from the 6th of May until the 24th of May. We are doing satellite offers, queries, not queries, but we have enumerators in our satellite offices. We're also doing telephony because our call center is something new within the city. Very exciting. When we look at the insights that are coming through, quite exciting. So the telephone and then the staff members also, because that's a very, very a tricky one, but we want to understand, looking at the number of staff members that we have or the sample that we are collecting, do you actually understand the services and do you understand what we are delivering to clients? And also, as a staff member, the service that you get internally or that you receive internally, just to rate that and then see how we can measure ourselves correctly.
Okay. And you mentioned satellite, you've mentioned telephonically as well as in-house amongst the staff members. How about your cash halls and service-based areas where the client comes in to receive, let's say, the statement and so on? Are you utilizing those areas as well?
Yes. We're utilizing, so when I say satellite offices, I'm also including the cash hall, the main cash hall, we call it townhouse. Yes. Right? And then also debt management. That is also one of our hottest key areas. So yes, we're trying to see, not trying to see, but we have the agents at debt management and really just to, identify our pain points.
Okay. Yeah. You get some people that are quite, should I say, shy? But they have grievances and they would want to really partake in this whole exercise and project. What other forms have you put in place to try and allow this person to partake or be inclusive of everybody who receives services from you but don't necessarily want to speak to somebody directly? Maybe they are more comfortable writing it down. Do we have survey boxes in these halls?
We did away with the survey boxes because I don't think clients are actually more encouraged to write. But we have new queuing systems within the cash hall at the main building, that is the townhouse. And then I think we are also piloting at our Katutura office, if I'm not mistaken. So on those machines, we actually want to put in a mini survey to just say how well did we serve you. We're also busy with is it a cash payment or it's a machine where you can do your payment.
Yes. It's a cash payment machine.
Those ones will also have a mini survey. But what we're also looking at that we don't have is to punt a SMS to clients to rate the service of an agent or a call center agent or a frontline staff member. So all those things are in process. It's a big elephant that we need to chew bit by bit. And it's not that simple, but we have made tremendous what's the word?
Progress.
What
would put it
We've
that
made
way
tremendous progress in terms of implementing, centralizing some of our services, but now we want to know, are we doing it correctly? What is it that we still need to add?
No, it's understandable. I mean, it's a new something, and the only way that you can find out whether or not it's working is actually going to the people that it's meant to serve.
Correct.
If I can put it that way. But now, speaking of taking it to the people, are you doing house-to-house interactions?
No, we're not doing house-to-house. We're just doing at our cash halls, telephone, and in-house. We're trying to prevent, because there's a lot of fraud going on and stuff like that. So we decided just to do with our cash halls where our main customers
Hence the question also, it boils down, or it was prompted by the whole idea of people acting or, moving in with fraudulent thoughts in their minds. I mean, the scare now you have is it's a whole City of Windhoek exercise. Anybody can observe how the City of Windhoek's uniform looks like and get themselves printed. So I now rock up at Desire's house and say, I'm with the City of Windhoek, I'm doing a customer satisfaction survey. So that's just what I needed to clarify, to know, so that the public out there can know whether or not to receive such people and how they should be identified or not. So at least please be informed that nobody at all is being sent from house to house to conduct the satisfaction survey at all. If you do want to partake, the town hall as well as the Katutura, as the debt collection is...
We did debt collection, yes, and then our townhouse, and then all our satellite offices.
Okay.
Yes.
So those are the various places where the survey is being carried out, as well as telephonically.
Yeah.
And also, obviously, the staff members now, they also need to be gauged on the services they receive in-house.
Yeah.
Here's the tricky question now. All projects have time frames.
Correct.
We go, we implement them in phases.
Yeah.
And it's two questions, actually. The first one would be basically, what are the outcomes that you foresee to receive from this?
All right, that's a bit tricky. What outcome? It's not easy to rate yourself, or you will be more biased when you have to talk about the service delivery that you provide. But I must say there has been tremendous improvement when you talk about our call center. In the past, we never operated 24/7, but now we operate from 6 o'clock in the morning until 10 o'clock in the evening, and then you have somebody on standby from 10 o'clock, because by that time most of us are sleeping and we're not showering or whatever. So we only accommodate emergencies. That is, if there's a serious leak, or maybe there's a fire that's burning, or whether it's an electrical failure. So in a specific in that area, we have improved. We receive calls for water leakages. We receive calls for payments. Some people get home and then the water is closed, and then you need to call somebody to come and open up the water. So some people will call, and then we go and open up if the proof of payment corresponds. But we also had fraudulent cases where somebody would send us a false proof of payment. So going back to your question, so the only way, not the only way, but how I feel we might have done, I think we did well. I believe we did well. Our emails have been centralized. It has improved tremendously, especially in the customer services space. And we're really trying. But I believe we have done well in the survey. The feedback will be good. And there will be some bad issues, because we have issues with waterworks that will definitely come up, because it's all over social media. We can't run away from that. We have electrical issues that will definitely pop up, but I'm certain it's a 50-50.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a fair rating.
Yes, it will be a 50-50.
Yeah. I think it's a fair rating, especially with the fact that you're still busy with the survey.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, yes, you've implemented something new. Yes, you've rolled out a lot of it to try and improve, most of your services. And I'm glad to hear about the hours, the extended hours with the customer contact center,
Right.
and also the fact that you have somebody on standby. One is always concerned especially when things like fires break out, like who do I call? So kudos, I think on that part we are really proud that I can at least call somebody.
Yeah. So remember in the beginning I said we want to be customer centric and just cascade this down to all the departments. So we have started with finance and customer services, all right? So we're trying to get in your electricity, which is already part of it, but you want other functions to just be customer centric as well. And waterworks already is 24/7, but there are policy issues that you also need to look at, and you need to look after your staff. And you also have your business registration that we really want to rope in to say, let's be customer centric. Let's try and improve services. Let's really just go the extra mile. Dynamics in the market have changed so much. You are not just a local authority. You are a local authority that is competing on a global market to bring in investors. So that's what we are striving for.
That's great. I love the vision in it. It's a positive one, and it motivates the next person actually to think beyond where you are right now. The next question that I have that is a bit tricky also, but I think it's very important. As I stated a bit earlier on, we tend to roll out projects and approach things in phases. So 5 years ago, from my understanding, or even prior to that, is when your phase with regards to this project started.
5 years ago, to be specific.
So at some point you would have received the feedback, you would have worked out what various areas to improve in. My question then looks at, we cannot sit here and give you forever. For you to implement the changes that need to take place. So as a city of Windhoek, what are the approximate time frames that you're looking at in order to have this project at its fruition?
You see, implementing customer service initiatives is an ongoing process. Yes, you can, if information comes through to say we need to train our staff members, that's something that you need to do ongoing, but it needs to reflect somewhere, somehow. Innovation to provide and give our residents seamless service, that is also something that is ongoing. But we're giving ourselves at least some of the issues. We'll look at the low-hanging fruits that we can implement within a year or two. And then I think based on what is going to come out, if it's something major, I think one of the major things that will come through is our process re-engineering. That would have to take a bit of time because you need to go through a whole change management and all that. But I think for the low-hanging fruit should be 6 to 12 months up to a year. I think that is fair. But training, that will come out quite strong. That we can do as an ongoing, but it should show in our complaints, especially on social media. And I think that's also one area where we can rate ourselves.
I think a thorough job has really been done by the city of Windhoek with regards to trying to find the loopholes, where are the gaps, and hence you coming up with this particular project. And the fact that you are willing to actually interact with your clients to further find more loopholes. As you said earlier on, you can't necessarily rate yourself or referee yourself. You sometimes need input from the outside. We are nearing the end of our session for this morning, but I would be amiss if I do not ask Ms. Linda to give us her last comments. Any messages that you'd like to pass on to your clients? Any additional information you'd like to add?
I was just thinking here, sitting and thinking that it's almost on a personal, when you, as a personal, when you are on a personal level, going out to ask people to rate you and show your vulnerability. And that's what the city of Windhoek is currently doing. We are going out there knowing that there are so many negative responses, but we also get quite a lot of positive feedback from our clients, especially the ones that would email us or speak to us via social media. We actually do get positive feedback. We are really, really invested in our residents and really taking our vision and mission very serious. And we are continually innovating. We have an SMS line also, just to open up different communication avenues. We have an SMS line where clients can SMS when they have a water leak or electricity. That is more for our emergencies. And then we have a portal where you can log on, you register, you can view your statement. You don't need to call the call center. You don't need to wait for the statement that has to come through the email. You just log on to the portal and it's there. And the portal that is so exciting is it's connected to the City of Windhoek app that is coming soon. Wow. Very exciting. So you'll be able to do payments, you'll be able to view your tokens, you'll be able to do so many things. Also look at your traffic fines. That's also one of the things that we are excited. But we as a City of Windhoek are committed to improve service and be there for our residents, because we are the intermediate for the customer and for the City of Windhoek.
Wow, great. I think for me, out of all of this, the portal is very exciting, except for the part where I can view my traffic tickets. I don't think I want to see them. I want to see them once when it's issued, twice when I pay for it, and never again. But thank you very, very much, Ms. Shininge. I think it was a short session, but very informative. I'm excited with the fact that they are interacting with their clients, me being one of them. They're interacting. They're taking the time out to ask us. As Ms. Shininge stated, they are placing themselves in a very vulnerable position. But I believe that growth can be enhanced by positive criticism. That might sound negative at the time at which it's being administered, but how would you know what's wrong if somebody else doesn't assist you to inform you on what's wrong? So thank you very much for taking the time to be with us this morning. We will definitely be taking the time out, myself. It's just that when I was there last week, I didn't actually know about it. I would have actually, happily taken part in this survey, but don't mind going back. It is service for me at the end of the day, so I need to actually do my part. With that stated, from myself, Desire Kahia, along with my technical crew, it is a bye-bye till next week.